The Kansas City Chiefs proved everyone wrong once again. And what a game it was. Remember when the talk was that they were supposed to lose to the Houston Texans? That was the new story we heard, but the Chiefs just shut it down. Despite a tough matchup, they managed to come out on top. Honestly, that was one of the most intense playoff games we've seen in a long time. It was brutal at times, but the defense held their ground, even though there was that rough third quarter where it felt like the Texans were taking control. The Texans didn't ever actually take the lead, but that third quarter was theirs. Patrick Mahomes played a solid game, finishing with 177 passing yards, one touchdown, and no interceptions. He definitely had his moments under pressure, but overall it was a clean performance. Sure, he could have played better, but he was being rushed a lot. Travis Kelce stepped up big time, with 117 yards and a touchdown. He really carried the team. Clyde Edwards-Helaire also contributed with 44 rushing yards and a touchdown. Meanwhile, McCole Hardman had 5 receptions for 45 yards, which was solid, and his catch over a cornerback was a highlight. While Hardman is slowly coming back from injury, you can tell it's still affecting him, but he's getting back to his usual self. On a more concerning note, Hollywood Brown and DeAndre Hopkins made some noise, and honestly, I think Hollywood caught that ball. He definitely made an impressive grab that looked like a catch to me. It's moments like these that remind us how unpredictable this game can be. DeAndre Hopkins had one of the toughest games of his career, finishing with 0 yards and 0 catches. It was a rough outing for him, only 1 target the entire game. But I'm confident he'll bounce back next week. After a game like that, you know he'll be motivated to do better. Hollywood Brown will also need to bounce back, but I'm sure both players can turn things around. With the Chiefs winning and 2 key players needing a rebound, there's a lot to look forward to. Looking at the defense, they were impressive, though we might face challenges against teams like the Ravens or Bills, especially when it comes to handling running quarterbacks. Guys like Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson could give us trouble, just like how we struggled against players like Joe Mixon and Shroud. Still, the Chiefs' defense did its job. Trent McDuffie was a standout with 3 pass deflections, and George Karlaftis made an impact with 3 sacks. Chris Jones also got in on the action with 1 sack. The defense was solid, and there's no denying it. Now, looking ahead, the Chiefs are on their way to their 7th consecutive AFC championship. Patrick Mahomes has been a key part of this impressive streak. One of the most exciting moments was watching Trent McDuffie lock down Nico Collins. Collins ran 15 routes, but only had 1 catch on 3 targets for 24 yards. McDuffie's coverage was top-notch. He completely shut that down. Had a little Drake playing, and I'm just turned up, celebrating after that huge win over the Texans. And now, the Chiefs are headed to the AFC Championship. That's reason enough to drink and be in a great mood. But let's talk about something even more impressive. The Chiefs have set an NFL record with 8 straight games without turning the ball over. That's right, 8 games with no giveaways. That's huge. This makes the Chiefs an even scarier team because they're not giving anyone any easy chances. Now, as great as the Texans' defense was, the Chiefs' defense stepped up and played better. The Texans had an impressive unit, but the Chiefs found a way to win. Next week, we face either the Ravens or the Bills. And while both teams have solid defenses, they're not as strong as the Texans. And yeah, I know history isn't on our side. Every team that had a chance to three-peat lost in the AFC Championship. But trust me, that's not going to be us. We've got this. The Chiefs are in go mode now, and they're ready for anything that comes their way. That game against the Texans was a big fight, and now the Chiefs are locked in for the next challenge. Next week is going to be huge. Everything is on the line, and even though the team played a bit rough today, there was some rust to shake off. But they'll be much more motivated next week, knowing they're 1 step away from the Super Bowl. It's go time! The Kansas City Chiefs are on a historic run, and it's amazing to watch. 7 straight AFC championships with Patrick Mahomes leading the charge. This is unheard of. It's rare, it's crazy, and honestly, we're starting to look like the Patriots. But here's the thing. We're not just trying to match them, we want to be better than them. And I truly believe we are. George Karlaftis had a monster game with 5 tackles, 3 sacks, and 3 tackles for loss. He was everywhere and really impressed me. I'm loving what I see from him, but I also want to see more from DeAndre Hopkins and Hollywood Brown. We know they're capable of much more, and I'm confident they'll deliver in the next game. They didn't quite play to the level we expected, but that doesn't mean they won't step up next time. 7 straight AFC championships is a huge accomplishment, but the next test is coming fast. We'll either face the Baltimore Ravens or the Buffalo Bills, and both of those teams are a serious challenge. They've both seen us before, and they're dangerous. But I believe in the Chiefs, and I'm hopeful we'll beat them and get one step closer to the Super Bowl. I just hope players like Karlaftis can show up like he did today, and the team will be ready for anything. Like I always say, it's a great time to be a Chiefs fan. This is the moment to make history, and we're on the brink of something special. I told everyone we were going to take down the Texans, and we did just that. We outplayed them, we did what we had to do, and now we've got our eyes set on the next challenge. Let's get it. The Ravens or the Bills. Either way, it's going to be a tough matchup, but I have no doubt that the Chiefs will find a way to pull it off. We've done it before, and we can do it again. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. You know the drill. Looking at how the Chiefs played, I'm really impressed overall. Sure, there are things that could have been better, but that's the beauty of the playoffs. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to find a way to win and keep moving forward. I'm hoping the defense shows up next week with a solid game plan and that the offense comes ready to play. If we can do that, we'll be on our way to the Super Bowl, where we could have a chance to three-peat, which would be amazing. Let's make it happen, Chiefs Kingdom. Like I said, if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button and subscribe. Let's keep the momentum going.